the team at JCM. You know, they've proven that they're powerful. They are one of the favorites for the Twink Cup as well. So I'm excited to see what both these teams can do.
Yeah. Honestly, Harvestlord's a freaking god, man. Coming as another SC, this guy is by far the best SC in the bracket. Hands down, no questions. He is insane. But his team has been having a lot of problems lately dealing with, you know, the rest of the play around the game, around the map. They haven't really been able to, you know, secure victories in mid. They've been switching around their comps a lot. They've not really found exactly what works for them. They've had a lot of issues in their roster, people leaving here, people leaving there. Let's take a look at what's going on with this composition coming out from Harvest here. I haven't seen any of the games earlier, but take a look at who is playing what. You've got Salvatore, I don't even know who that is, playing the Warrior. He's got a grandfathered Glacial Stone Mog, so he must be OG. Could be Luke on that character, but take a look. We've got no Rogue from Harvest. They're playing Saxon on Offthehook Chi. They're Brewmaster. They've got Flamer on the Boomy. They've got Khalblurz back onto the Shaman. As I'm explaining, Saxon gets 100-0'd by JCM. My lord.
Yeah, great job by JCM. That hunter damage is coming in. As you can see, both hunters are actually sitting in mid right now, so they're really playing that mid comp as hard as they possibly can. Revolution on that Cowgirlswag, the Boomkin, just not taking enough damage to completely get peeled away and go down. But Trashglamour also getting dropped down to 30%, 20%, 40%, back up to 8%, 5%. You know, he's going to go down. And Harvest kind of pushing back just a little bit in that front line. Now Sax coming back from the Harvest side, he's about to roll in. Oh no, this might be Harvest's turn to kind of turn things around.
Hold on, I'm just fixing my UI right now, so if you don't mind going for the next 30 seconds,
of course.
I'll figure this out.
So the team of Harvest is kind of pushing as hard as they possibly can in mid. Both the FCs kind of just, let's see, Roulaa is actually making his way up the enemy roof right now. Obviously understanding that his team is not in a position where they can get to him, so he's going to be a little bit patient. Harvestlord, however, making his way up the tunnel with Ezeron, kind of guiding him. So great positioning by Ezeron and Harvestlord, kind of just making sure that, you know, he can get through without an issue. The hunter Gunz of Harvest, actually, sorry, I misspoke. Harvest was actually being escorted by Gunz, who is peeling Harvestlord away from Ezeron. So great job by them on getting that flag pickup. I think Harvest doing just a great job overall as a team of making sure that their objective play is as strong as possible. As we go back into the mid fight that's currently happening, at least a little bit closer to the graveyard, I should say, the team of JCM being kind of just completely controlled in graveyard at the moment as Harvestlord kind of makes his way into mid. So JCM a little bit behind at the moment, but Roulaa picking up the flag. Risky move. I think he's going to be going up to the roof. Nope, he's going to go into the tunnel. Oh, he's going to grab the speed boost. Good call. Making his way up to roof, waiting for his team to kind of stabilize and pick him back up. So good play by them. And it looks like there's a couple body reses possibly going out to Ezeron on the JCM team, who's currently dead right now. It looks like he's running out from the graveyard still as a ghost. So one thing these teams definitely need to look for when it comes to their objective play is to make sure that they are getting all of these bodies that are dropping. You know, it is so crucial when someone like a strong DPS or even a flag carrier can make it across you know, certain parts of the map just by getting a body res. So that is crucial. But right now, Jesus Christ Marie, they are all rezzed up. They're all back up right now, pushing in with that double hunter damage. The team of Harvest not running with that rogue, so no random burst coming out in mid. However, the team of Jesus Christ Marie having that rogue pressure, Rampdweller with the Zerker buff opening in mid, really adding a lot of pressure onto the healers. Offthehook Chi Saxon on that Brewmaster, taking a ton of damage to the front line, is obviously not immune to anything that Jesus Christ Marie is doing. But JCM just getting hammered once again, despite their strong pushing, despite the rogue, they're getting pushed back into the graveyard, just taking so much damage. Again, the healers not being able to keep them up, some of them actually going down in addition to their front line. So this is really Harvest's turn to push and really cause the pain.
Yeah, and in the meanwhile, take a look, Roulaa, because there is no rogue, he's able to just chill on his roof. And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your FC is in that position, as long as he can keep track of who's where, he should be fine. So, as we take a look at, you know, the pressure coming out from Harvest, it's kind of leads you to ask, why does it necessarily matter? Roulaa all the way on the other side of the map here, chilling.
You know, I think it's a good call by Harvest to just kind of contain them as hard as humanly possible and kind of just dwindle that timer down. And then once the stacks kind of stack up just a little bit more, they might make a push onto Roulaa by sending, you know, I don't know, one of the ranged people to kind of just go back and handle that. But Rampdweller choosing to open in mid on one of the Shamans. Not sure if I completely agree with his call, using his racial to get a silence out as well. Doing a little bit of pressure onto Harvest right now, and it looks like it's actually working. Harvest dropping a Hunter as well as a Shaman, so it's a little bit of time for JCM to push back.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, take a look at Saxon on Offthehook G, chasing down Roulaa, going to force him out, and if he gets onto him before those 6 stacks, Harvestlord is here too. That's a lot of damage, actually. Let's see, Offthehook G, is he good with that jump? Does he make it? First try, yes he does. That's Saxon for you. Chasing down Roulaa, the conks him out, the damage just comes out. Waiting for the trinket, I'm sure, before he uses his fist. Roulaa displaces in an awkward angle, trying to get down to his team. He's 100% going down here. There's no way! And he does get dropped. Agnes with the return. That is going to be a cap, surely, for Harvestlord. We take a look at where the rogue is. Rampdweller, where are you? He is at for Harvestlord.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a cap for Harvest. Great job by them by making sure that the team was completely controlled, kind of playing the mind game, right? Your team is absolutely controlled. You're the flag carrier sitting on the roof. Your team, within the past few minutes, has just been able to do absolutely nothing, despite the fact that your rogue is opening in mid, your shamans and your healers and all your range classes are just pumping out as much damage as they possibly can. Nobody's breaking off to you. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do, right? They're not sending anyone back for you. Maybe it's time to push out, but as soon as he does, he gets met by Saxon on top of that route or on top of that tunnel, and obviously it just follows up with getting met by the rest of the team, and that was just a really clean return by Harvest. So great job by them.
You know, and that actually does make me question the kind of base play, the flag play by Jesus Christ Marie. They were put in an awkward situation, and I think they handled it, you know, not to be crass, but they handled it terribly there. They didn't send their rogue. They didn't cross before 5 stacks, nothing like that. They basically just, like, sat into what obviously Harvest's plan was and just kind of took it. And this is not the kind of JCM that I'm used to seeing. Actually, these guys usually dominate mid. They usually destroy the flag game. They have good hunters on D. They've got Ezeron and Kev on Azngirlswagx. So strong players. Look at this. Harvest does actually lose a player here, though. So finally, JCM really getting some sort of wind under their wings. And let's not forget, man, there's a Mistweaver, or sorry, not a Mistweaver, a Windwalker on this team, and he's playing. Oh, the sap in the kick! Beautiful play by Rampdweller. I don't know if the taunt didn't come out from Saxon, if he wasn't able to get it off during the animation of that kick or what, but good play by Rampdweller to keep his FC safe. You know, I've played against Honeybuns on his monk, his Windwalker quite a few times, and it is not fun to try and 1v1 that class. Not as bad as a Hunter, but definitely not something to laugh at. So here we go. Roulaa back with his team this time. This is not something we've seen so far. See if they're able to play a little bit better. They've got time easily to make a cap, if not 2. 6 minutes, 45 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, and again, you know, Rampdweller, the rogue on the Jesus Christ Marie side, choosing to stay in mid rather than break off. I think that's a good call. Again, they're choosing to kind of contain a little bit more. Obviously, that's kind of having an effect on Harvestlord too. He's not entirely sure where the rogue is, so he's not super comfortable just pushing out randomly. Kind of choosing to stay up there on top of the enemy tunnel, just waiting for someone to be able to break off to him. But at the moment, the team of Jesus Christ Marie is just doing such a good job of making sure the team of Harvest is controlled and in their graveyard as much as possible. You know, they're really pushing Harvest to kind of stay there and just kind of remain stationary and kind of dwindling away at his psyche. So as this clock ticks down, I'm interested to see what move he makes, and it looks like he's committing.
Yeah, I want you guys to take a look at the difference between how these FCs are going to handle this position. Harvestlord knows that he needs to push out. He'll drag both of the hunters back away from the team, most likely, if they decide to commit. Depends on the shot calling of the team. But the difference is he doesn't have a rogue to get to him. His Boomy probably isn't going to lead, considering how badly they need that help in mid. So whenever the push does come out from JCM, Harvestlord really just needs to be met by his healers immediately. You can see they're starting to win mid now, so he should be completely fine as he breaks. Actually, an unfortunate res from Sudowoodo. Doesn't have any CC, actually, so Sudowoodo won't be able to lock him down. That could have been a really bad decision by HB, but he will be fine. Makes it over Livingforce. Easy peasy, no rogue to close on him, anything like that. Really questionable play from Rampdweller here. We see this all the time where it seems like there's one rogue. They always seem to be kind of lost. They're not in the right place at the right time to really capitalize on the fact that they are the only rogue. And that really does hurt these teams, and it doesn't make the trade-off worth it a lot of times. The mid for sort of lacks pressure here. Like right now, what Rampdweller is doing is kind of not really anything. He's sapping the FC. He's letting them know where he is. Sure, they're bringing a hunter back now, but it's because they've given up on that push largely. It's only 5 stacks. He's not going to one-shot him, nothing like that. No one's near to help him. So just these kind of things that I do notice from these rogues when they have so much utility. Moran has said it's the hardest role to play in Gulch in a lot of scenarios. So, I mean, if JCM wants to come out on top here, they're going to need to do more with their rogue.
Yeah, and at that moment, I definitely think Rampdweller wasn't necessarily in the best spot. With 6 stacks at the moment, Rampdweller again, I don't necessarily think he's in the right spot. I think maybe it might just be more in tune with this team to just open on something in mid, preferably one of these casters to kind of just alleviate some pressure in the graveyard so that they can make some sort of formalized push with these 2 hunters and a Boomkin.
They do have that Boomkin in stealth now, and that's crazy because they're actually coming back off of mid. So this is where you want to find a sap on a Harvestlord. If you can get him while he's out of combat, it won't be easy, of course, because Harvestlord's a smart player, but if they can find something here, if Harvestlord makes a mistake for 1 second, you find that sap, then you can have the rest of your team follow up and kind of catch him, as we once again see these teams moving towards that base play. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The only player they're down right now is their warrior, except their Brewmaster is going down here, so that's huge when they try and set up that gauntlet. Effidel, it's not going to be easy for Harvest here. They're sitting at 8 stacks. I don't know what decision they're going to choose. Is it Roof? Is it GY? It looks like they're going GY, so I like that decision from them. They've got, they're going to reconnect with the rest of their team, and they're still pulling, that SR type play where they bring the team of JCM into their base, take them out of mid, and make them stack up where that Windwalker can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. And this situation right now where a rogue would have come in handy. Roulaa is currently by himself. He's about to be joined by Drtranlol, the shaman from Jesus Christ Marie. But for a moment there, Roulaa was completely alone, and at 9 stacks, that's prime for any rogue, specifically a Blood Elf one who can kind of pull out that silence. Could really have taken him down, possibly solo. Another kind of variation of it.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying, where is Rampdweller this whole time? Why are there no saps on the Harvestlord? He needs to break away from his team and just anticipate where he's going to go. And once he finds those saps, that's where you're going to find the kill. This is why a rogue is so good.
Still a little bit. He's moving now, but I wonder if he's lagging just slightly. So
yeah.
I'm curious if that was maybe affecting his play slightly. But that may have been the answer.
Well, here we go. Harvestlord moving with his team all the way into the opposing base. Roulaa and Dr. Tran are here, actually, so now they're in a really, really bad position. If nobody on their team can get there to back them up and help them with that kite, look at this, Azngirlswagx 100% going to go down. Really, really poor decision by him to go that way into the team. He's going to get taken down, so that's just, oh man. JCM, just like Waka Flocka, seems like they're just not. Like, the team that's leading this is always at an advantage, but there's no sort of right answer anywhere here from the side of Jesus Christ Marie. And look, once again, we've got Rampdweller literally hanging at ramp.
And getting pulled down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rampdweller looks like he was pulled out despite having that Zerker buff, so not being able to make full use of that increased damage. Again, at 12 stacks, every ability and kind of everything that you do, every extra buff.
Oh, here we go though. They are catching up the Harvest. I'm sorry, I didn't exactly see that. Will they be able to protect him? Off the hook, Chi isn't anywhere near him. No CC, nothing like that. Oh my goodness, is Roulaa going to cap the flag? He's out in front of tunnel. It's not going to be easy for him. He's got 45 seconds. And they do it here. Of course, don't forget, guys, JCM is a lion side here. He's going to start moving up the tunnel. Let's take a look above them, just so we can get a quick eye on what's going on. There's a whole bunch of fighting going on. Harvestlord's actually in the flag room already? I guess he got rezzed. Oh my!
No. He dropped the flag. He dropped the flag so that he wouldn't take that increased damage. They decided to drop the flag so that he would survive completely. They would return the flag as they expected, and Harvestlord would be able to pick it up completely topped off and not taking the extra damage. So fantastic call by Harvest on doing that. Once again, calling into the fact that we talk about how good of an FC he is. Just great call by him.
Yeah, guys, apologize. I didn't see that, but I mean, what an impressive play by Harvest to have that sort of mindset to be able to capitalize on something like that. Just awesome, awesome job.